So we have a demonstration here for you all today. There are 6 chickens in total, 8 chickens in total. I can't count. And we are breeding specifically for our greater chicken like we had on the other one. So basically, I went through and caught a bunch of chickens, as you can see, and I got a couple with what I needed on them. These are lined up in breeding pairs vertically. So, and this is like a control group that I just wanted to show how you could, how the consistency is going to be different than with doing it the way that I'm talking about doing it. And all of the bottom row is female, all of the top row is male. The first breeding group is Artisan and Sirius. So we're trying to get these two as one actual chicken. And then the workaround here is that we're trying to get, because I couldn't find a lucky chicken yet. I'm still working on that, but for the time being, conceited is a good alternative. It's 5% less, but it still does a decent amount of work speed. And for a chicken, it's good. Lucky would have been better, but we will work with what we have. But I only got a work slave with female and a conceited with female. So I had 2 blanks that I had caught that were males. So I put them with that in order to try to get one of them with a male with either conceited or work slave out of that bunch. And then this right here is kind of the control, or not the control, but the alternate of showing that having just one other stat on there is going to make the consistency of it like way further off. So we'll do a speed up whenever we get the right amalgamation of chicken that we're looking for our breeding pair. That's when I'll slow down the video and do it, but we're going to do each section at a time. So the way that it's set up is from left to right is the way that it's set up in the little work sequence here. So far left one is our main dudes, then we have our work slave, conceited, and then our other ones. So let's get this started and we will show you guys what's up. There's 20 eggs in each, so this is the way that we will show you. So out of the chickens that we just hatched, out of the 20, we got 1, 2, and 3. We also have another one here that could be used for our breeding as well. But we got female, female, female. So all of these that came with Sirius and Artisan on it are all female. Now let's check the next group. And we'll just move these guys all the way to the end. Also, something to mention, there is a new kind of, I'm going to call it a glitch or something that's messing up with the breeding itself. If you're over here like this and it becomes dark and they go to sleep, they do not move from the pins. And when they don't move from the pins and they go to sleep like that, you can literally go to sleep, which I'm going to do that now. Give me 2 seconds. I'll speed this process up as well. Okay. So even if you sleep after they've gone to sleep and you're over here near that, sometimes they will not wake up. Such as that chicken right there, he will not wake up. It looks like some of them actually woke up. The chicken that was in here, I think is probably, nope, he's there. Okay. So, on with the show. All right, 20. This is our second group, which is our blank with our conceited. So we should get a male out of this bunch that has conceited on it. Okay, 6 out of that 20 had the conceited. So that should mean that Out of those 6, one of those is a male, which is the one that we want to drag out. And here it is, our male. That's the 6 chickens that we got. So we got 4 females and 2 males. So we did get the male that we needed out of there to be able to then breed with the female work slaves that we have. So this one and this one would be now a breeding pair. To then get work slave and conceited all on one chicken. Next, 20 eggs. So out of those 7, we did get our male. So out of the work slave group, we've got 3 males. 4 males and 3 females out of that. So with what we've got already, these 2 groups that are like sectioned off right here, we've got the conceited group and we have the work slave group. You can pair these together and it's 20 eggs apiece of where I got exactly what I was looking for to try to get out of those eggs a male on it to breed with said female. With that being said, like I said, we got these guys down here. So the goal would be now to get these 2 as a combination. Now, I am going to show this last group just to show the inconsistency of when you're trying to get something like that. Like, those are 2 things that you want with 1 thing that you don't want. Just having 1 thing that you don't want in there is going to throw off the whole order. And we'll open up these last 20 eggs. This had Sirius and work slave on them. So what we're trying to do is eliminate the waterproof. The waterproof is going to come on there pretty often. So out of 20 eggs, here we go. So out of those 20 eggs, we only got 1 time where we got what we were looking for on it. And that was where is it at? This one, Sirius and work slave, which was what we were trying to get off of these 2 right here. So Sirius and then work slave, and then waterproof is what threw off that whole thing. We got a lot with this work slave Sirius and waterproof, but that's not what we're looking for. We got a couple of separations with Sirius and stuff, and nothing really separated with the work slave though. So Sirius separated twice. And then we got, or 3 times actually, I think. And then we got Swift on something at random. But nonetheless, this is what we were looking for. So that's 20 eggs, and we got 1 thing that we were looking for. So with the first breeding, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 what we were looking for, because we were looking specifically for a male. But we were looking for just conceited on a chicken, and we got 6 in total. The next one, we got 7 in total. And then out of the 20-man group that we had, that we were looking for some amalgamation of artisan and Sirius, we got 3, and then a random Sirius and work slave. So out of 20 eggs, that's 3. Out of 20 eggs, we got 6. Out of 20 eggs, we got 7 or 6 and 7. And then the last 20, just because it had 1 more trait on it that we didn't want on there, we got only 1. So if you want to make sure that your stuff is being bred consistently, make sure that you have them split between the 2. All right, we're back here at the breeding pens. We've got another 40 eggs. We've been breeding a lot of chickens today. With this in particular bit, I decided to do the breedings to see if there is a difference between male and female with the traits that get pressed depending on what traits you have on them. So I did 4 males and 4 females with the split here. You have 2 males with conceited on this side and 2 males with work slave on this side. And then they're lined up as in order: conceited work slave, conceited work slave, conceited work slave, conceited work slave. So we got 8 test subjects in total, 4 groups. So we're going to start with the left as usual and work our way to the right. First one is where the female, the two on the left are going to be both female with conceited, and both the males have work slaves. So we should get a pretty consistent thing out of this. But I'm trying to see actually if you can force male or female depending on their traits. Okay, so first group, 3 females, 4 males. Now we have the reverse here with both the males with conceited and both the females with work slave on these next 40 eggs. So let's see what we got. Okay, got 5 out of that bunch. So male, 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 female, male. So as far as trying to get the sex that you want, that's just random. I don't think that there's a way to force that. Although it seems like there's something going on here. But what it is, I'm not sure. Final bit here. I have another experiment that I want to try as well, but this is essentially showing the consistency of this. I didn't do that many eggs this time. I only did like 4 in the first one, 6 in the other one, and a couple more in that one. So yeah, this is literally the top 2 are conceited and work slave and all males, and then the top or the bottom are all females with artisan and serious. So this will give us our god chicken, as we're or semi-god chicken, because we didn't get lucky on anything. And we're just gonna go ahead and grab all the eggs. But yeah, so yeah, 20 eggs. We got our one that we needed out of the 2-on-2. So I'm going to test some other things with this, trying both the golds on the male and then both the whites on the female, which we pulled one of those, and then we're going to try the mix of it as well. Just a quick mention in between these videos, if you notice on the final little consumption bit with the 64, notice the right side, the chicken is at farming level 1. With the final bit, it goes up to farming level 2. Now, this is with any of the creatures that they have with their work profession, essentially. All their stuff goes up 1. So Anubises go up to 5 with their handiwork, so on and so forth. The only things that go up to farming 2 is literally if you force it. There's nothing else that has above a farming 1 naturally. So this is how you get a lot of eggs. For the final test, we decided to take the individuals that we had lined up here and make our perfect, but I wanted to see if we could force sex on the or gender on the sex, gender, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. On the chickens. So here we have a male with serious and artisan and a female with work slave and conceited. Then we have a female with artisan and serious and a male with conceited and work slave. So the idea here is that if the 2 gold is pressing gender over the level 1 traits here, and then we have a control here, kind of, it's not male and female with the vice versa stats, but it is what it is, where we have 1 gold, one thing. But this, if this holds true to where the gold presses the sex, then that means that this one might actually be pressing more female out of it, out of that pile. So we have 60 eggs in total to open up, and make sure I got the space. Okay, as always, we're going to start to the left, which the left is starting with the female dominant with the male understudy. So it pressed predominantly male just by one. And like I said, we got the one that we wanted out of it, and it was a male. So out of that run, we got 2 with the dominant traits, or with the what we wanted here. And both were female. And that was the second grouping where the female had the not so dominant traits. So both of those were female with the level 1 traits. This was the male with the level 1 traits. So it could be reversed. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 males, and then 9, 10. No, that'd be 8 males plus the 1, 2, 3, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 females. So this pressed more females out in total, and 2 specific females with the traits that we wanted. So by that logic, then that means that really what we're pressing here is the reverse of what I thought. It could be the one that has artisan on it. Oh, no, because it would be the opposite. It could be work slave is pressing it. Could not be. I don't know. But let's test this group right here, and we'll see what that gives us, if it gives us a good little blend. But that was pretty unanimous with that. Well, 13 males out of that. Plus the other one, so 14 males. And then we got 6 females. And the male had, I guess, what would be the lesser of the 2. But then conceited is like the lesser, and then artisan's the strongest. That's actually a perfect split is what it is. Because that would be 50% and... Well, then the dominant would actually be this one. So it's 50 plus 10. So that'd be 60, and then the other one was 50, and it pressed mostly males, and the males had the lesser by 10%, and it pressed a whole lot more males. So I guess that's one way to talk about it. Take from that what you will, but we got our chickens, and yeah, to show the consistency of that, what we did, and that's why I bred 300 and some chickens today. That's our results. Male, female on the split. Female on the male dominated. And then male on the female dominated. So it could be the lesser stats is what presses the sex. And or gender. However you want to say it, or however you want to look at it. Boom. Before anybody asks why the number is odd, it is because I had to breed 31 more chickens. So this holding pen is just for the rest of the cakes. And that's just to finish off our last 5-star chicken. Got that one maxed. That one maxed. Regardless, keep your willy washed.